And time for us to bring in the plan advisor, as we do each and every Thursday morning at 8:15. We're joined by Tim Wood, Medicare, Life and Safe Money Retirement. It's all made easy by the plan advisor, Tim Wood. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning. I hope everyone's doing well. I know we were going to get into some questions and answers for people that have been sending stuff in, and I definitely want to do that. Thanks, everyone, for sending it in. I just got two things I want to interject real quick.
Okay.
One thing, this is a personal story. We actually lost a personal friend yesterday of our families, and it just really brought a lot of what we've been talking about right to mind. And what happened, this person is very young, barely at Medicare age, was having some chest pains on Sunday, went into the doctor, went into the ER, was told she needed a stent, and the surgery didn't go well, and she's gone.
Oh, wow.
And it's just one of those things, where every once in a while you hear, and this person was completely healthy. I mean, no problems. Anyway, that's made me really start to think about, even for myself and my family, are we prepared if something like that happened? I mean, and I'm in the business, and sometimes you have to look in your own backyard. So it's something that I'm even going to look at for my family this weekend. But I'd just like to impress on everyone listening, if you've been thinking about life insurance, if you've been thinking about a final expense policy, a burial policy, or something to cover your mortgage in case one of you passes, don't wait. First of all, things get more expensive the older you get, and we're not promised tomorrow. So just be prepared. That's really brought that to mind. Second, I noticed on the Wall Street Journal, it's on their website right now, this was posted after hours last night, U.S. debt is set to exceed size of economy next year, a first since World War II. So basically what this is saying is, to paraphrase, the federal debt held by the public is projected to reach or exceed 100% of the U.S. gross domestic product next year. And we're at 98% this year, which is still the highest since World War II. So that being said, I mean, that kind of ties into a lot of the safe money type products that we've talked about. I mean, I can't foresee with all of this going on and COVID and there not being any end in sight, there being some sort of economic repercussions, and just make sure you're prepared. Get with an advisor, make sure you're prepared for whatever could happen as safely as you possibly can be.
That's right. Make your plans, and the plan advisor there to help you with that. We'll get to his contact information in just a moment. But you mentioned we've got a couple of questions, and I believe Carl has the first one. Carl?
Yeah, thanks, Tim. And Tim, blessings to you and to everyone involved in and around that incident.
Yes.
No question. I got an email from Margot from Blountville who asks, and I'm just reading it now. I have a CD that's about to mature, and with the rates being so very low right now, are there any other options? Good question.
That is a very good question. And that actually that will real briefly touch on something that I haven't mentioned at all in these shows. There are other options. Yes, there are. You said her name was Margot?
Yes, Margot.
Margot.
Yes, Margot.
Okay. There are other options, Margot. One in particular is called a multi-year guaranteed annuity, or what's called a MYGA, M-Y-G-A. You can look that up online. CDs are great, right? It's something you can put your money into, and you don't have to worry about it, and you're going to earn a certain percentage. But one of the things, I actually was researching this not long ago, over the past 20 years, CDs haven't even kept up with the rate of inflation because their rates are so low. So people that actually have money in CDs, if you want to look at it from that economic standpoint, you're actually losing money in CDs. So there are other options, and one in particular, like I said, that we haven't discussed, that's an insurance product. It's called a multi-year guaranteed annuity, or a MYGA. It typically has a 1 to 2% higher than a CD rate. Another one of the big differences is the interest earnings are tax deferred. Everyone that's got a CD knows you got to pay income tax on your interest every single year, just like it's regular income. Well, you don't do that in these MYGAs. These MYGAs are tax deferred. You don't pay any until, whatever the term is, which it could be 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. It can be, just like CDs, there's different terms. but you don't pay any taxes until the very end. So all of that is compounded. So your interest is compounded every year. You're not knocked back with taxes and then have to grow back. It's just compounded until the very end, and you pay taxes at once. So that's a really cool thing. The other big difference is the CDs that we're talking about are insured by the FDIC. Everyone knows that, and they're insured for $250,000 per deposit. Well, these are guaranteed by what's called guarantee associations. They're state-sanctioned nonprofit organizations that basically insure consumers in the extremely unlikely event that an insurance company would have failed. And they are covered on each one by $250,000. So you've got the same coverage, you've got the same terms, you've got a much higher percentage rate typically, and you've got the major tax benefit of the compounding of the interest. So get in touch with us or any other advisor, and they'd be able to help you. They're called MYGAs, M-Y-G-A, Multi-Year Guaranteed Annuities.
All right, so Margot maybe needs to look into a MYGA. Very interesting. All right, so we have one more question here. David from Jonesboro asked Tim, how does the process actually work to transfer my retirement from my 401k and into one of these safe money products?
Ooh, that's a good question. And that's one actually I've spoken to several listeners, and they want to know that very question, answer that very question. There's the easiest way that we do it most of the time, and I will say most of the time because it depends on exactly who the money's coming from. Obviously there's all kinds of different management companies, and they've all got their own ways, so it depends on the company. But I'll give you a general 10,000-foot overview so you have an understanding. Essentially what we do, we sit down, we figure out exactly what product you're going to want to get into. That's the first thing, is you've got to figure out, what exactly are you looking for? Are you looking for a guaranteed income the rest of your life, or are you looking for more of a variable where you can take more if you need to, but not take any if you don't need to, but you're still going to be protected from any of the market losses? Are you looking for that income doubling if you got into a long-term care type situation? I mean, there's all kinds of things. We have to make sure we get you in the right product that's going to be the best to get you the most and all that kind of stuff. Once we figure that out, then we get in touch with whoever has I believe you said they had a 401k, but whatever your thing is, we get in touch with whatever that company is. A lot of companies use what's called a 1035 exchange, and that's just a form that essentially we fill out. Sometimes we have to do what's called a medallion signature, and we take care of all that as well. We send all of that then to your current company, and it's got your information, your signature, where it's going, all that stuff. And essentially, it's literally just an electronic transfer. So essentially, we send that. They send something back saying we're good to go. Then there's a date set up for the transfer. The transfer happens, and then you're in the new product. And then we just start, moving forward with the new product. So I don't want to say it's seamless all the time. I mean, from time to time with it, just like everything else in the world, there's challenges. But we work directly, obviously with the companies we represent, and they work with all the other companies. I mean, this is something that happens all day, every day. So even though it sounds like it could be quite challenging, it's something that we do every day, and we'll be very happy to walk you through the process and answer any questions along the way.
Very good. That's the plan advisor. Hey, we did want to mention before we let you go about Medicare's annual election period. It's coming up.
It is coming up. That is coming up October the 15th through December the 7th. And what this is the time every single year that anyone that has a Medicare Advantage plan or that has a Medicare Part D only, which is a prescription drug plan. So if you've got either of those two plans, October 15th to December the 7th is the one time of year that you can make a change for the coming year. And we can't discuss the new plans at all until October 1st. So don't call and ask me. I can't say anything about them until October 1st. That's regulations. But I will tell you there are some major changes in a good way from some of the carriers in this area for Medicare Advantage specifically. So I would definitely, if you've got any of those plans, if you've already got a person, get with your advisor. If you don't, give us a call. and we can look at the plans for the next year. And also a thing that we are going to have, it's not there yet, but it will be by the time this, October 15th starts. We're going to have a way on our website where someone can go right to our site, click one button, and it's going to bring you to a page where you can essentially look and see what all your options are right there without even having to talk to us if you don't want to. And then if you want to make changes, it's literally click, 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 and it transfers you from one to the other. So you can do it all on your own if you want to. But we're there to help if you want. But that's what this is. This time of year is the one time of year you can make changes, and I would definitely recommend everyone looking at the changes because there's some big changes and really good things coming for next year for this market.
All right, we'll keep mentioning that as we go along here on our Thursday segments. It's Tim Wood, the plan advisor, Medicare, Life, and Safe Money Retirement Made Easy. Tell us how folks can get in touch with you.
Easiest way is the phone number, which is 423-262-7919. That's 262-7919. Or just go to our website, which is theplanadvisor.com. We've got live chat. We've got where you can set an appointment right there. You can email us a question. Or, like we were saying earlier, we love doing these questions on air, so keep sending questions into the radio station and into my website, and we'll answer them right here every Thursday morning.
That's right, tim.cable@cumulus.com if you want to do that, and Tim's website there as well. All right, Tim, always great information, and we'll talk to you next week.
That sounds great. Look forward to it.